Mr. Murray, good afternoon. What does this mean for Bosasa?
Well, effectively it means that the resolutions in terms of which the company was placed in voluntary liquidation are set aside. I have not seen a copy of the judgment. The moment I do get a copy, my legal team will consider the judgment and we will take action if we think it's necessary.
Okay, now the Bosasa board has accused you of trying to overrun the company. What's your comment on that?
Well, there's no factual basis for those allegations. Liquidators have legal duties in terms of the enabling legislation, and if I execute my duty as a liquidator, that means I'm compelled to do so. So there's no basis for such allegations.
What's your theory on why the board actually did a U-turn on this? Because this was voluntary liquidation in the first place.
Well, that's the strange thing. They resolved to place the companies in liquidation, and then they apply on an urgent basis to have those very same resolutions set aside. I have no idea why that was done. The papers speak for themselves.
Is the CEO taking a role in this at all?
No, we don't know. The affidavits in the court papers were signed by Mr. Gumedi, but the CEO is not playing a role, no.
Okay, now does this mean that Bosasa can carry on with its daily business?
Yes, the order says that the resolutions are set aside. That means that the business is placed back in the position where it was when the resolutions were taken initially on the 12th of February, yes.
Now, one of the reasons the board had given was that its bank accounts had been closed. Do you have any idea whether they've reopened those bank accounts, or maybe they've opened new bank accounts?
No, I have no idea about new bank accounts. The bank account position is still the same. First National Bank have indicated that they are not prepared to provide transactional banking facilities, and there was an account with Absa Bank, and Absa had informed the company of a similar situation. But I'm not aware of any new bankers being on board. Neither have they opened new accounts as far as I know.
Okay, what about its debts at the present moment?
Are you talking about debts of the company?
Company, yes.
There are a number of suppliers that have not been paid. That I know for a fact, but in respect of the debts of the company, those companies are part of an extended group, and a lot of the debts relate to intercompany loans. But yeah, those debts are what they are.
Now, is there fear for the future of the company, given its reputation at the moment? Do you think it will actually be able to carry on doing business after what we've heard, especially coming out of the Zondo Commission, the State Capture Commission?
Yeah, I can't really venture an opinion on that. There's been a lot of negative stuff going around about these companies, but whether the companies will be in a position to continue trading, I'm not sure. I don't really have an opinion on that.
This is a company that employed a lot of workers, thousands of workers. In your process as a liquidator, how do you look at those workers? I'm sure those workers now will be breathing a sigh of relief.
Yes, I mean, the company employs in the region of 4,500 people. So job losses is something that should be prevented on any level. So I agree, the employees will obviously be relieved by the fact that the liquidation has been set aside.
Okay, now how will the handover process actually work now as a liquidator? You now have about 12 hours to hand over the company back to the board.
Yeah, I've never been in this position, so I'm not exactly sure how the logistics will work. But keep in mind that we didn't take actual occupation of any of the assets. The company assets are where they were when we were appointed. The offices are still there. There's still a head office contingent in place there, but those logistics we haven't worked out yet.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Bosasa liquidator Mr. Murray. And just to reiterate, the South Gauteng High Court has ruled in Bosasa's favour, halting its voluntary liquidation.